Because it is important that we finish what we started, this is not the final result of this tutorial. In case you don't know how this was made, you can check in the description box below. There you will see the link to how this was made. And in order to achieve that, that's why we are going to discuss an important concept of it called insertion. Somebody will ask, what is insertion? Insertion is the act of inserting or setting in something into another. If you look at the design you're seeing on the screen closely, you will see that the pattern that I just showed to you was inserted into that material. It seems like a blind stitch stops at its end, like it was hem or something. That's a simple act of insertion. So, there is one simple law of insertion which we are going to be explaining in this video. Let's name this material I have here on the table product. Product, in other words, final result. Right? So the law is the product on four sides, on four sides, it's 1 inch bigger than the space created on the material for it to be inserted. Why the material which we are going to use to produce our final result will be 1 inch on the four sides bigger than the final result we want. Let me make you understand what I have just explained. Remember, this is what we want our final result to look like. First thing we are going to do is to create space on our material where we are going to insert, where we want our final result to be. We are going to insert the material that will give our final result. Okay, I'll state the law again. The law of insertion states that the space created on the material will be 1 inch on the four sides smaller than the product. Why the material on which our product is going to come, our final result is going to come, is going to be 1 inch on the four sides bigger than what we want it to look like. That's the final result. So first we are dealing with the space. The space created for the insertion. One inch on the four sides. What I mean by that, here is one side, another side, another side, another side, right? Making it what? Four sides. We are going to cut ½ inch here, another half here, made it 1 abi, right? Now one inch is lost on this side, right? We are going to do the same to this side. ½ inch here. So now 1 inch has been lost on the four sides. With what we have now, we are going to produce this. So we are going to cut this part out. This is what we have as a space in which our design is going to be inserted. But this is smaller. What we are seeing now is smaller than the final result we want, right? This is size of the final result that we want. Okay, moving forward, we are going to do this again. Now we have reproduced this again. Now once we name this material for final result. Now we want to make this on the four sides 1 inch bigger than this. How are we going to do that? Just like the way we did in the case of space created inwardly, we are going to do the same here, but this time outwardly. That is, you mark your let's cut this out, please. This is what we have now. You see this? Okay. So I want the final result of this, of the width of this design on my chest to be I really don't want to waste things there. Let me see what something look like on my chest. I get a kind of broad chest. Yeah. This I'm making for myself. My colleague here said 7 look perfect on me. So I want the final result of this with the width of this on my chest to be 7, while its length. You should always consider the material you have before drawing your diagram, please. You should always consider what you have on ground. With what I have here, if I want its width to be the width of this to be 9 on my chest, a bit risky. It's a bit risky because I'm going to be needing a material which width is 10 inch, which I think is the exact length of our design. But I can say I want the final result to be 9, but it is impossible that I say I want the final result to be 10, because the total we have here is 10, and I will be needing at least 11 inch wide material in order to get such as final result. The same goes to its length. The length of the design we have here is 16.5. The limit to my choice here is 15.5, which I think is putting me on a very risky side. 15 is okay. 15 is best. Okay? Always consider your material before consider whatever you want the weight, the length to be. Moving forward. In the previous video, we discussed interval. We discussed interval. The idea I'm using now to draw my shape. You can check in the description box below to get the link to the video. So now I want the final result to be 7 on me. So I'm marking at interval of 7. Just one. Let's return our camera to bird eye view. So Now I have a shape with width of 7 inch. Okay, I want a length to be 15. This is what I want the final result to look like. So you are going to first hold this in position on this material like this with MA gum. Iron it. So I'll hold it in position now by ironing it. Now let's draw a shape. You have to remove this back. Beautiful way to do that. Put your iron on it. Remember, we'll put MA gum in between it and the fabric. So in order to separate them again with iron, it's going to be an easy thing to do. Are you seeing this? Very hot. In spite of the intelligence, this is what would have happened to her if it's not done at all, and you may lose the shape. So it is important to separate it just as I've shown. So applying the law again. Now we are cutting this part out. We are going to notch. Do not let it be too close to the extreme. It's okay this way. Do not let it be too close to the extreme. Good. So to the curved areas, we are going to notch. Okay? The midpoint. Yeah. Remember, there is a hemigum here, right? There's no need for putting another. This way, just glue to it. Make sure it's very straight. Okay, the lock. Now the material to produce our final result. Midpoint. Now to the machine. So it is important to remember that you have to reduce the pressure of the foot of your machine, for every material tends to act like an elastic, especially in the case where we have curved area like this one that we've notched. Especially in the case where we have curved area like this, you have to reduce the pressure of your foot, of your machine foot, sorry. So the first we are going to do here is at the midpoint here that we notched, and that of our design. Yeah, and that of our design, we have to first connect them. Connect both. Okay. So now that we have first joined the two material at the midpoint, we then do this. Okay. You stop here. I'm not that ambidextrous on machine, but in the case of this tie, you just have to be. Ambidextrous means being able to use um, left and right hand equally. So on machine, being able to let your material when stitching, you control with this hand and also control with this hand. Okay, that's the meaning of ambidextrous. Or you can easily switch between hands. I'm much comfortable controlling my fabric with my left hand, but in the case of doing this design, you have to be comfortable with both. Now I have to control with my right hand. From this point, I think I can return this hand. So just like I said earlier, controlling my fabric with my right hand is not that convenient for me. Now this is what we have. So the next thing that I am going to do here